So the point is this, the yes mode, right? Yes mode with a purpose that is fulfilling to humanity, and you will never lose.
Hi, Councilmember Bartlett. My name's Fatima. I'm a senior in high school. Nice to meet you. And thank you for being here and teaching us your perspective on leadership and what you've gained, throughout the years and your experience. It was interesting that you mentioned that in your, experience and in your journey, you realized that America was a human body and that you were going to try and heal it and that you wanted to heal it. And that one of the tactics that you were going to use is this yes mode, say yes to everything. One of the struggles that we have, as young leaders is the ability to say yes, but also to lead with courage. Dr. King says that courage is the inner resolution to move forward in spite of frightening situations and obstacles. Sometimes it can get hard to practice courage because it's easier to do it's easier to do the more comfortable thing. So what is your advice on how, when we lead with saying yes, we also practice courage?
It's a great question. You can probably relate as young people because you probably have had some problem with cyberbullying at some point. Some kids being mean to you on Facebook or something. It's like that. When you're going through, it's like a storm, right? It's like a storm. When you're going through the criticism, when you're going through the attacks, when you're going through all the stuff, right, you just have to stop, take a breath, feel your whole body from the top of your head to the soles of your feet and back up again, stay centered, don't react, and know that it will pass. And that is a hard thing to get down, but once you got it, you got it. You just remember this too will pass. It's a storm. It will go over. Clouds roll by. The blue sky is always behind the blue clouds, behind the clouds always. And that will serve you greatly because it is crazy and stressful when you're in it. And you can unplug too and not listen to the chatter, right? But if you're like me, you probably went through some stuff as a kid too even. But it's hard to remember that when you're older and in it. But go back to the challenges you faced and your parents and your friends and people you know that have gone through something, and just go back to their strength and struggle and claim it for yourself too. You remember the ultimate goal of life is to have a good life and to let other people have good lives and enable a good life. That's what we're fighting for, right? When they're being ruthless and mean to people and killing them with their police departments and making laws they can't buy houses and can't be wealthy and have all the poverty and pollution, they're denying people's right to have a good life. But as you fight to help create the context for a new world, which is has more good life and more good living, you have to remember what a good life is. Because history is full of people that lost sight of that.
We all have this feeling inside of us that says we have not done enough. And I have that feeling in me all the time, listening to everyone ask all these amazing questions. And I think to myself, oh gosh, you got to do better or something like that. So I wonder, why is it that that all good leaders have the feeling that they haven't done enough, even for people who have done as much as John Lewis? And what is something we can do to combat that feeling, if there is a way?
You might just want to look back on all the fires and earthquakes and typhoons and starving people and mayhem and think, oh God, what is this, right? And he put in the context of blaming God or something, right? But his response was that he says, well, if you don't like fires, if you don't like earthquakes, if you don't like mayhem, then you should stop fires. You should stop earthquakes. You should stop mayhem because you have the power to do all of that. And that's kind of the deal. We'll rest when we're dead. It's okay, but we don't feel guilty about it, right? But it's okay to feel, energized and ambitious about making change because that's your duty as a conscious living human being.